Hey guys, it's Edison here. Hope you've been doing well. Want to go over these 200 cards that I'm sending into CGC for the month of July 2021. But to start, I want to show off this recent small little purchase for myself. I've kind of gotten pretty into comics recently, so I've been buying some here or there, some to keep, and then some to try to see if I can flip. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I get to collect the characters and stories that I like. This right here was Batman 386, which is the first appearance of the Black Mask and his origin. CGC 9.4, pretty good grade. Just love the cover and pretty cool character. I would say that's one of the cooler, more modern Batman villains. Even though it's from 1985, I would still consider him a more modern villain. And then these are the cards. So these hollows we see here, I got back from, I showed a video actually of me getting them. I picked them up for like $5 a piece. They were listed as pretty decent condition, and they definitely were. There were some that I picked out from that order that I ended up getting in. They were a little beat up on the back, but these were all minty. I would say for the hollows we just saw, expect like an 8 minimum. That would be what I would put them at. Same thing with these McDonald's promos. These are one of the early McDonald's promos, I think, from 2001, and it was alt art of existing e-reader cards. But these as well, I would say minimum is probably around an 8.85, and if any of those get 9s, I'd be really happy, considering I got them for decent prices. And this is like some more generic bulk, just these Charizards. I think I've been sending these in for the past 3 months. This is one of my last of those Charizards. I think it's from Tag Teams in English. Here's a Card Shop Pikachu. You got that for just buying packs, I think, at Card Shop. Reshiram Charizard. That card's reprinted like 3 different sets. That Braxian Charizard is reprinted a bunch. Here's a cool Gym Challenge or Gym Promo Eevee. I love this artwork. Really cute, and I don't know. I've always mentioned this. I love stamps. Oh, I'm going to move that aside because we get to it later. Sceptile Ex. This was just a really cool hyper rare. You're going to see quite a few hyper rares. Here's another EX. I was picking up more and more full art EXs from late XY. And even some of the black and white ones. This is just more hyper rares from Sun and Moon though. But yeah, I really think that the black and white XY full arts have some room to grow at this point. They're really hard to pull. They're also pretty hard to grade and get in high grade. And if you search up a lot of these cards you're going to see on eBay for the X and Y era, you'll see they're pretty cheap. But you have to remember that those are like beat up copies or flawed copies. Like getting minty copies, like a 9-10 condition, are hard. And those booster boxes, I really doubt they're coming down in price. I doubt black and white prices are going to come down. While we might see a retrace on like Sun and Moon and definitely Sword and Shield, I think a lot of this earlier 2010 stuff is just going to stay expensive. So you might as well pick up nice singles now. Here we have a really cool one. I forget what this is from. It was just a Japanese promo with a still from the anime. This is a really cool one. Cora Comics, Cora Magazine, Zapdos, Cora Magazine, Reggie Gx as well, who I personally like. I like Reggie Gx. I know not that many fans. Here's a card shop, friendly card shop, Eevee. This artwork is in English, but it's not that nice hollow foil with the stamp. Here we have the Sandaconda alt art. Actually, I can't remember which set this was the pre-release for, but that's such a cheap card, and I think for how cute the art is. Skarmory EX. We have a Trevenant EX. This is like that early XY full art stuff. Here's a cool one. This is Guzma. And this artwork in Japanese is, a multi-$1,000 card because it was a prize card for the Extra Battle Day release. But in Chinese, in Taiwan, those released as part of a Taiwanese set. So that's like the alternative version. You see it has the English back. I kind of had to rush that, but here we have some more hyper rares. I like hyper rares. And I mentioned this in a video earlier in this year that Japanese hyper rares are still around half or a third of the price of the English, and they tend to grade better. So I'm just going to pick those up. Here's a really cool one. I noticed as I was going through this, this is black and white 1, but just a really beautiful full art. Oh, and this is a set that I've been picking up a decent amount of. I love these Plasma Storm full arts. The Lugia is pretty hyped up, but that Deoxys is nice. I think there's also a Darkrai, which is good stuff. Here's an alt art of Celebi Venusaur. I don't know what set this is from, but I just love that Giovanni, so I decided to pick it up. Here we have a couple more random full arts. You've seen these in the past submissions. I just happened to buy a bunch in bulk. Another full art. I think this is Mina. I think that artwork we're seeing now is from the Tag All Stars, which is Japanese exclusive. More hyper rares. When I picked these up, they were like $7 a piece, so I don't know. I don't see anything wrong getting them graded. Eternatus VMAX, I pulled them myself. Sabrina's Suggestion. A lot of those like waifu cards are spiking up again too right now, which is interesting. Really beautiful full art. This one was cool to find in stock, was a Cora Celebi. Oh, this is another example of the Plasma full art. And then for some reason I mixed up a Dragonite here. But the Dene GX, this one's pretty expensive, but it was expensive raw, but I think that's just because the Dene's popular. And at the end of this, we're just going to toss in some random EX cards. These were picked up in my December, like this giant December haul I did a video on from Japan, a person's big collection. They're all super beat. I would actually say these are like even worse conditions to the ones I've sent in the past. I'm guessing like around 4, CGC 4. But I still believe that these cards sell easier graded. So I'm just going to send them all in. And this is the last one. Oh, Hex Maniac, this detective guy, I forget his name. Flareon EX. And this is a cool one. I picked this up on TCG Player for a pretty good price. It's just a Staff Guzma. Continuing on with the rest of these cards, I'm submitting with no card saver. I didn't know this was an option for the original stuff that I sent in, but moving forward, I'm not going to send bulk cards in card savers anymore. It's just a waste of money and time. My end, and it's like way easier just to buy stuff, inspect it, and team bag them, send them out. But yeah, this is a lot of more just bulk cards. It's like there's really no better way to describe them. Bunch of shinies there. Here are kind of cool ones. These are some older Charmander and Charmeleons, high grade, popular Pokemon. I decided to grade them. Some Web Series First Edition. Here we have some Shadowless cards. I think I purchased these in a binder in December. These are around, like I would say, a CGC 7 quality, but I've been able to sell CGC 7 Shadowless cards for like $30, $35. So it's easier to realize the value of the card grading it than it would be for me to try to list them raw and get $2, $3 a piece. Just a Charizard promo full art. I still like that card. I just think there's so many out there. A Lunala Hidden Fates promo. Hidden Fates Hyper Rare. Here are a couple like random cheap Japanese promos. I'm not sure what this stamp is from. I can't remember off the top of my head. Amphoros Gx. I'm looking into some of the Sun and Moon full arts and Gallade EX. I'm also, as I said, buying X and Y full arts. This was a cool N full art card. I like that card just because it's nice artwork for N. Malamar, one of my favorite Pokemon from that gen. Magnezone, another one of my favorites from Gen 4. That was a Cora promo. These are two of those Astonishing Volt Tackle Pika Pika campaign cards. This is a cool one. I forgot like the campaign itself, but there's 3 cards in the set and they all have like connecting artwork. Just more generic Charizards. Those always do good, so I throw them in bulk. Some actual repeats to Tag Team Charizard as we saw earlier. Here is, I think this was Astonishing Volt Tackle. There is that Charizard level X that I picked up. I think I paid like $8 for it. It was super beat up, so it's going in bulk. Sudobuto Gx. Sudobuto from Ultra Shiny GX. Professor Oak full art. Shining Volcanion from Shining Legends. I like this Lily card. It's in English as a League promo, but it's a random set card in Japan, and that hollow foil is just nice. Here we have Eevee. This was a promo for that set. I forgot what the set name was. They're pretty common and cheap. Some Coro Indeedee. A couple of these Coro Thievals. Next up is some amazing rares. I picked up a lot of those in Japan. I think like 20 of each kind for $2 a piece. Reg Challenge Full Art. The Detective Yoshida, I think is it, from Detective Pikachu. And while we have like a little time while I move some stuff around, I should preface that I sent these cards in with bulk no subgrades. And I think moving forward, all my bulk is going to be no subgrades just because it doesn't seem worth it with how expensive subgrades are. Like, it's just insane how expensive it is to grade cards now with CGC. And it's really a shame because they're still the best option for the price point, especially now. But it just hurts my bottom line. And I don't know. I think the goal is to disincentivize people from sending in bulk submissions. I think that's what it is. Because I feel like the people who are grading bulk are intending to flip some of it, and people can't flip cards if it's too expensive. And next up, all these cards I picked up for around $2 a piece. I just bought like 40 different Shining Fates cards. The real shame with Shining Fates is the print quality is so bad that most of the ones that I got were ungradable. There was a random Ludicolo Black Star promo. I think it's from a theme deck, and that was a Shiny Poiple promo. And that's it.